Good morning, happy Thursday. It's almost Friday, yay. Coffee today, I'm doing the Bluesberry from Bones Coffee. This is probably one of my top favorites. I would say it probably is my favorite. So I have that, added some of the caramel nut pods to that. So here we have that deliciousness coffee. Oh, that's good. Been so long since I had any Bones coffee. I still have not ordered that new flavor. I went to order it, and I was going to order the new t-shirt also because I like to order all the t-shirts, but they were sold out. And I did get an email though the other day that they were back in stock, but I've waited so long they're probably sold out again. I also have my strawberry, is it strawberry lemonade? Yes, strawberry lemonade ketones and my water. So I'm going to drink all this. I have 17 minutes before I have to start work, so I'm going to do the dishes and maybe fold some laundry. In today's video, we are going to make another dinner recipe. I kind of had fun throwing that in my daily vlog, especially when I don't have a lot going on. So I think tonight's plan, as long as it stays a plan, is to make the keto orange chicken. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to start it at lunchtime. That way I can get it going. Oh, that reminds me, I'm going to make some hard-boiled eggs because I want to have some egg salad at lunch. I'm going to make like a little snack plate for lunch, and I'm going to do an egg salad. I am going to have some yogurt, so I have one of the Too Good yogurts. This is the mango hibiscus with some of this cinnamon pecan granola that I get off of Amazon. It's really good. It's only 1 net carb for 1/3 of a cup, which I don't even use 1/3 of a cup, but I just still count the whole carb. So I have that yogurt, and then I have 2 pretty big strawberries on top of that. So we are going to taste test this little Bang, this Delish Strawberry Kiss. Actually, I hadn't a Bang in a while, but let's try it out. It's pretty good. It's not really super sweet. Some of them are super sweet, which doesn't bother me because I like sweet stuff. But this is not super sweet, and it just has nice little like faint strawberry, but it's not a super strong strawberry, and it's definitely not like that fake yucky fake strawberry taste. Okay, I'm gonna drink that, and then I'll see you guys at lunchtime. I have the ultimate snack plate for lunch. So I have some egg salad that I made. I have a serving of pepperoni, a serving of salami, some cucumbers, some mozzarella balls that's in that marinated like basil and oil. It's really good. And some pickles. This is exactly what I wanted today. I am making the keto orange chicken. I found quite a few recipes on the internet. I'm kind of combining all of them together, so I will link all the ones that I found on the internet down below. Just kind of lumping them all together. The biggest difference is I am using protein powder. I found this on another one, but I cannot find where I found that on. I'll have to dig it up. But I have used protein powder before as a breading, and it works really nice if you want more of a fluffier breading than a crispy one. Most of the recipes say to use pork rinds. I love pork rinds for a crispy texture, but for a fluffy one, I like to use protein powder. You also can use almond flour, that as well. So in my little bowl here, 1/2 cup of that, of the protein powder, and this is just unflavored. You can get it at Walmart or on Amazon. I have a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and I just put in salt and pepper, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. So that's all in there. We have 2 eggs that I whisked up, and then these are some cut up chicken thighs. You can use chicken thighs, chicken breasts, whichever ones you want to use. I did also add some salt and pepper in there as well. So I'm going to pour the eggs into here. I'm going to mix that around, and then I'm going to add the protein powder and spices in there. Okay, mix the eggs up in there. So I mixed my spices and my protein powder, and now you can do a breading station if you want. For this type of thing, I'm not really concerned how breaded it is because I'm going to be putting this in the air fryer. You could also do this on the stove in some oil instead of the air fryer, but air fryer is easier, it's less mess, and yeah, that's the main reason why. So I'm going to mix that up, and then we'll go into the air fryer. First batch going in, I'm going to do 400 degrees, just because I do everything at 400 degrees for 7 minutes. I think that should be fine. I'll probably check them and turn them halfway in between. but we want it cooked all the way through. So, and these are pretty small chunks. So I may just do 7 minutes, flip them over and do a couple minutes more, just looking if they're done or not. But definitely your air fryer is going to be different, or if you do it in the oil, just make sure you cook them through. That's the main thing. While the chicken's cooking, we're going to start on the sauce. Now, I will tell you, I'm using orange zest, which oranges, yes, are not keto, but the zest of the orange we can use. Some of the recipes actually called for orange juice, and they called it a keto recipe. I don't know about that. So, also another recipe called for sugar-free orange marmalade, which I tried to find in my stores, and I could not find it. I know I've seen it before, but I didn't want to go to like 4 or 5 different stores to find it. So that is also an option. I just did extra zest. Like a couple of the recipes just called for like a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of orange zest. I did a lot extra since I didn't have that extra orange flavor. There's also orange extract. I do have some of that, but I'm not going to use it. I think the orange is more for the stickiness, so I'm hoping I still get that stickiness that you know, that orange chicken has. So I'm using this. First thing is 3/4 cup of sugar, or sweetener, not sugar. I am using the pure sweetener. Some of the recipes said that you could use powdered sweetener, which I think may make it a little bit thicker possibly, but I didn't have any and I don't have time to like whisk any up, so I'm just using the pure sweetener. Next up is white vinegar, so I'm going to do 4 tablespoons of white vinegar. And 4 tablespoons of rice vinegar. Only reason I'm using rice vinegar is because I see that a lot in Asian food, so I just thought it would be a good thing to have. And then I'm doing liquid aminos. You could do coconut aminos, you could do soy sauce. I'm gonna do 6 tablespoons. I'm doubling the sauce recipe, by the way, that I originally saw. That's the reason why it's in tablespoons and not cups, because that probably equals something in cups, I imagine. And then next up, I'm going to do sesame oil, which you guys know I am obsessed with. So we're going to do a teaspoon of this. If you don't like sesame oil, feel free to leave it out, but I highly recommend it. Then we're going to do a 1/2 cup of water. Half a teaspoon of ginger, and then I'm just going to do some onion powder and garlic powder. I'm not going to measure this out, but probably about a 1/2 teaspoon of each onion powder and garlic powder, or more to taste, whichever one you would like. And then I'm also adding in red pepper flakes because you guys know I love spicy and I love them, but if you don't want this very spicy, then I would leave out the red pepper flakes. And then lastly, we're going to do the orange zest in there. Okay, so we're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to add in some xanthan gum to get that thickness. But first I want to bring it to a boil before I add the xanthan gum. Okay, the mixture is boiling, so I have some xanthan gum in here. So this is the kind I use. I get it off of Amazon. It's pretty, it'd be a little bit spendy, but you don't use a lot of it, so there's only a 1/2 teaspoon in here. I'm just going to add a little bit to this bowl, a little bit of the liquid, so I can make sure that it gets nice and incorporated, because the xanthan gum can be a little bit sticky. It gets really gummy, but you never want to put it in cold liquid. You always want to do it in hot and just mix it up really well until it's nice and incorporated. So now that's in there, so I'm just going to actually turn this down to simmer and just let it simmer until it gets nice and thick, and then by that time the chicken should be done. Okay, you can see how nice and thick this sauce is. Let me grab a spoon so you can see how nice and thick that is. So I have some of the chicken done, some of it's still cooking, but I'm going to go ahead and just start putting the chicken in here that is done. And when it's all done, we'll just stir this around, and I'm going to give it a little taste for you. Of course, I'll show this to you all plated up. I'm going to serve it with some steamed broccoli, but I just want to give it a little taste test before I get it all plated up. That's really good. Yes, it could benefit from more of a stronger orange flavor, but I think me putting all of that zest in there definitely helped it sticky like it normally is. This is a good recipe, you guys. Oh, I think I need to let it simmer a little bit longer before I serve it, because when I got to the bottom of that bite, it had a really, really nice, perfect orange chicken flavor. Yeah. I'm gonna let that simmer for quite a while until it's reduced down. But you guys, this recipe is a keeper. Definitely, definitely, definitely try it. This is A+.